So do you think like if we have some promotional activities like how they did for avocado or mushrooms, they did a lot of promotion and people became aware of it. And similarly, can we do for tilapia?
Yeah,
Or anything that we want to, increase the domestic consumption.
Yeah, basically, to promote something or to kill something, it comes to the health aspects.
Yes.
So now, if I say this tilapia fish, we are enriching the tilapia meat or the fillet with highly polyunsaturated fatty acids, which is good for your heart.
Mm.
So, like in other fishes, they don't have that pure and you cannot inject them in the wild caught or cows like that.
Yeah.
See, the major difference between tilapia and cows, this is tilapia is a voracious, vigorous, continuous feeder. So whatever you give the nutrition in the fillet, it goes into tilapia.
Yes.
Whereas in cows, they are lethargic feeders. You give them feed, they may come after 1 hour or 2 hours to eat. So the nutrients, what you want to give in the feed, it gets leached.
Okay.
But tilapia consumes the feed in less than seconds.
So it's not assimilated.
Yeah, so the nutrition, whatever you are giving, goes into the animal with the tilapia. Because that's why I always say aggressive feeders are good for culture. Because the nutrition results, whatever you want to see, you can see. So here we can enhance the quality of tilapia meat or the nutritional benefits of tilapia meat. And this can relate to a very good health. Like I'll say one thing. In Africa, if you look at a guy who's 80 years old, he looks like somebody like you are 45, 50 years old in India. He's so fit. He does his work. So what's happening? Like why is he so healthy? The first thing is the per capita seafood consumption, the amount of fish they eat. They eat most of them they eat about 18 kilos. Here we eat hard 53 kilos.
Yes.
Then in their tank mostly it will be like tilapia or some horse mackerels or like that. And again the pure water or pure air compared to our Indian ground. So finally to say healthy feeding habits by a healthy fish is always a health. So now in tilapia, yes, in shrimps or in carps, where you cannot go in biofloc, there is a chance of contaminants coming from the river water or canal water, running from the agricultural runoff with pesticides and chemicals. It can come into the system, it can go into the fish. But in tilapia, when we are doing biofloc, we take borehole water.
Okay.
So we eliminate this industrial pollution coming into the production system. Now, the indiscriminate usage of chemicals, when you look at the carp, whenever they get a fish lice problem or red disease problem, the amount of, they are using even endosulfan, all pesticides they are using. Yeah. But in tilapia, in biofloc, believe me, like we don't, like it's a totally, even we are not even using hormone for sexual assault. Because tilapia in biofloc has no chance to breed in that density, in that water, circulation or like that. So they don't breed. So we stop doing sexual of the tilapia. So we can say that tilapia, what we produce from biofloc, it's a hormone free, it's pesticide and chemical free. Literally we use zero. No chemical will be used. Whatever we use, maybe we may use sometimes oxymore to increase the oxygen, or we may use some zeolite to reduce some ammonium phosphate. And feed is the only thing which we give. So if I want to say like my fish is 100% organic, it can be done only from biofloc. So nobody can bring an organic fish rather than tilapia. And again, like look at the densities what we give in biofloc. It is like almost 30 kg per cubic meter. So to produce 1,000 tons, I require only 6 acres of land. So if I adopt a town that I want to supply you, or if I want to adopt a apartment, I can do the culture of tilapia in that basement, in that parking lot, and I can supply by the whole building. So that is the advantage of tilapia. Like it can be grown anywhere in any culture system in a very disciplined way. And the best thing is the nutrition will not be compromised if you follow the technology. So I will say definitely this will be the future fish for Indians also, because the coming up generation who has the time to sit and eat carp removing the spines.
Yes.
That's what the generation is leaving the fish and they're running towards the chicken breast and other things.
Very true.
So now if I promote fish fillet, or when I say, if you grill the tilapia, you can just pick the meat without spines.
It's aquatic chicken, right?
Yes, it's aquatic chicken. Like why we call it as aquatic chicken is based on the culture density. Like the way you grow chicken in the cages, in a short time, you can grow that many tilapia at that density in the cages or whatever, and in a short time. Like carp takes 1 year plus, tilapia takes hardly 5 months now. So basically, based on the duration of the culture and the densities, they term it as aquatic chicken. Got it. Yeah, so that's the main, like where why they term it as aquatic chicken is that one, the duration of the culture and also the density, the crowded density like chickens. Tilapia also grows in a crowded density like that. It's a smaller form. Up to like we are doing biofloc, I think 80 to 125 fish per cubic meter in a crowd. At that density also, it doesn't matter. Like uncrowded, it keeps growing by eating. It's a continuous feeder. So that's why we call it as aquatic chicken. So I think it will be a future fish for India also. Yeah. Because I heard that India is also like planning for 12 kg per capita consumption of fish in 24-25 and also to increase the fish production. So in that scenario also, I mean, tilapia stands a very good chance to take off. Be a part of that contribution. Yeah, see, like if you look at the price of goat meat, it has come up to almost 1,000 rupees a kilo. And most of the heart problems are, highly unsaturated fatty acids are all coming from the goat meat. Yes. Then when we come to chicken, now in the retail sector, chicken is going up to 350 rupees, 400 rupees a kilo. And chicken is full of steroids. Correct. Chicken is full of hormones. You cannot eat the bone of chickens because it's full of steroids. Yes. So now they say don't eat the chicken bones, just eat the flesh. Because of the amount of steroids they are using for the growth or whatever. So when you are looking about the food safety or food biosecurity, so in future we will look for a fish. And moreover, like the slogan what I'm using to promote my biofloc tilapia culture right now is like the tilapia grown in this will have the lowest land footprint, lowest water footprint, zero nitrogen emissions, and negative carbon emissions. So why I say negative carbon emissions, or we can say carbon credits. Okay. We want to replace the electricity from solar by solar. Like solar will be the generating source of electricity. So the carbon budget, whatever I'm getting, using the electricity, I'm eliminating it. Okay. Then I'm using the waste produced in some other agriculture industry, carbon waste. Like molasses is a carbon waste produced by sugarcane. So if you look at the carbon, emissions of sugarcane, they say molasses is produced, so this is the carbon emissions of sugar. So that molasses I'm using as a base source in my culture system. So I'm giving a negative carbon. I'm absorbing somebody's carbon emission as a raw material in my system. In the same way, the rice line, it's a carbon emission by rice industry. I'm absorbing into my system. So actually, I'm getting a carbon credit. Correct. In this bioflow culture of tilapia. So I will say this is most environmentally sustainable, environmentally friendly, and we don't damage environment. Economically feasible. Economically feasible. Yes. And here the only thing is like technically it is a little bit tough thing, and the risk time. Like if there is any problem in the biofloc system, like it's a problem with the aeration, it's a problem with the generator, the risk time is hardly 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. This is a major constraint here. So when we are planning our system, we are planning with a huge backup. Like the power source is backed up by the generators. The generators are backed up with some emergency battery systems. Then, we are giving the power source through AVRs and control panels so that they are automated and their power fluctuation is minimum, so that the life of that blowers or whatever we are using is expanded. And in the same way, we do a lot of standbys for them, for the blowers also. And again, in terms of like suddenly there is a problem with the area, suddenly there's a problem with the control panel. If the power source cannot become, then we also planning for some direct backup to the production system by another generators. So, and then we are going for water quality sensors every time so that we always monitor it. So, but still, whatever we do, this is still under the below the budget of what you are doing in concentrates. Okay. So what we are telling is we have to increase your security and safety of doing this by going to advanced techniques. So if you follow that, yes, this is the best way. Yes, sir. So thank you for spending so much of your valuable time with us, and I hope your technology will percolate into our Indian
farmers and people who want to take this up. And hopefully this will succeed in India. And thank you very much for spending this.
Yeah, thank you.